You're watching TVC News at 1. Let's turn attention to business now. The federal government has reiterated plans to inaugurate an intervention program to further drive micro, small and medium enterprises in the country. This is contained in a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, in Abuja. Dr. Oduwole said the intervention program is one of the 5 strategic pillars contained in the PEBEX 2024 Outlook document released by the Secretariat. She said the selection of businesses will be determined by factors such as revenue, tax contributions, job creation, sectors, and export proceeds. The PEBEC was established in July 2016 by the federal government to oversee Nigeria's business environment intervention. And away from there now, the National Bureau of Statistics says the average price of 5 kilograms of cooking gas surged from 4,828 naira 18 kobo recorded in November 2023 to 4,962 naira 87 kobo in December. This is contained in the Bureau's Cooking Gas Price Watch for December 2023 in Abuja. The report shows the December price represents a 2.79% increase compared to what was obtained in November. The Bureau said the average price of 5 kilograms of cooking gas increased on a year-on-year basis by 8.7% from 4,565 naira 57 kobo recorded in December 2022 to 4,962 naira 87 kobo in December 2023. On a state profile analysis, the report shows that Adamawa recorded the highest average price of 5,725 naira, followed by Jigawa at 5,686 and Lagos at 5,671 naira, while Ebonyi recorded the lowest price of 4,071 naira, followed by Imo and Abia at 4,088 naira and 4,155 naira, respectively. Also, the NBS said the average retail price by refilling a 12.5 kilogram cooking gas increased by 3.18% on a month-on-month basis from 11,155 naira 15 kobo in November 2023 to 11,510 naira in December 2023. And at the 54th World Economic Forum annual meeting, global leaders met to rebuild trust, generate new ideas, and create partnerships to advance solutions to the challenges the world faces. The meeting was attended by over 60 heads of state and government, nearly 300 ministers and other political leaders, and several of whom delivered public addresses from artificial intelligence to climate change and global growth. The Group Chief Executive Officer of Carrier Asset Management Limited, Mr. Johnson Chukwu, on our flagship program, Business Nigeria, says the African leaders need to focus more on industrialization to drive investment to the continent.
As we speak today, Africa is not a major contributor to carbon emission in the world because Africa does not even have the industrial base. So the African economic manager should focus first on industrializing the continent, creating jobs, and while they should not necessarily be unmindful of the need to conserve the climate. Remember how China grew. At some point, China was not even interested in being member of the World Economic Forum. Yes, and at that point, China was focused on industrializing. And the concern was that China was emitting so much carbon into the carbon print. Chinese carbon print was quite huge. But today, they are fully industrialized and they are on the table discussing how to remedy the climate. So Africa should set the priorities right. Let's focus on economic growth, which will require us to industrialize, and then subsequently, we will now make a priority the need to conserve the climate. Not that we should not be involved, and not that we are going to do things that will lead to major depletion of the ozone layer. But our priority number one is to feed our own people and make them have jobs.
And now the Trade Development Authority of Pakistan has promised to take all necessary steps to facilitate the ease of doing business between the two countries. Chief Executive Officer of Trade Development Authority of Pakistan, Mr. Mohammed Motiwala made the promise while speaking at a meeting with Nigerian entrepreneurs and participating in the 2024 Engineering and Healthcare in Lahore, Pakistan. The meeting comes in furtherance of effort by both countries to strengthen further partnership. He told the 65 Nigerian businessmen and women at the meeting that Pakistan is pleased with the depth of partnership it has with Nigeria. The Chief Executive Officer assured the Nigerian delegation that Trade Development Authority of Pakistan will look into some of the areas of concern it had identified in the course of the show to promote the transfer of knowledge between both countries for mutual benefits. Let's take a look at the global equities traded now. Japanese shares surged to a fresh 34-year highs as the Bank of Japan stood pat on ultra-loose monetary policy, while Chinese stocks struggled as speculation of a huge rescue package from Beijing underwhelmed investors worried about the shaky economy. European markets are likely to open mostly flat, with Euro Stoxx 50 futures up 0.1%. S&P 500 futures were flat, although Nasdaq futures gained 0.1%. The Nikkei's early gains were later raised by profit-taking, but the index is still up 9% so far this year. MSCI's Broadex Index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan rose 0.9%, boosted by a 2.9% surge in Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index. Chinese blue chips waver between gains and losses and were last up a modest 0.2%, not far off the 5-year lows hit on Monday. The Bank of Japan has opted to retain its ultra-easy monetary settings while conveying heightened confidence that the fundamentals for gradually phasing out its substantial stimulus measures are aligning, an indication that an end to negative interest rates were nearing. Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Ueda gave no hint on whether the bank could pull short-term interest rate out of negative territory at its upcoming meeting in March or April. Mr. Ueda, however, said the likelihood of Japan sustainably achieving 2% inflation target was gradually heightening, given recent steady rises in service prices. At the two-day meeting that concluded today, the Bank of Japan left unchanged its short-term rate target at negative 0.1% and 0% for the 10-year bond yield. And Tencent Holdings Riot Games says it will cut 530 jobs, which account for about 11% of its global workforce. Our chief executive, Mr. Dylan Jadida, told staff that costs have grown to a point where they are unsustainable. The move comes as digital games publishers grappling with challenges in audience expansion amid high inflation explore strategies to streamline operations. Los Angeles-based Riot said teams outside of core development will see largest impact from layoffs. The online gaming company says it will focus on its portfolio of live games such as League of Legends, Valorant, Teamfight, Tactics, and Wild Rift. Riot Games is the latest to cut jobs in the gaming industry. And crude oil prices were little changed earlier today as traders weighed a host of conflicting supply and demand worries, from rising tensions in the Middle East to cold weather woes disrupting production in the United States. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell at $75.03 per barrel with an upsurge of 0.36%. Brent crude futures also experienced an upward price reveal of 0.31%, selling at $80.31 per barrel. And Bonnie recorded an upward price reveal of 1.25%, selling at $80.40 per barrel. And for the OPEC basket, crude oil dealers are offering $80.27 per barrel, with a price margin of 1.11%.